Hi, and welcome to week 2 of Parents of Dragons. Totally almost forgot the name of our show. It's late. I'm your host, Allison Judge.
I'm Lex Judge.
And this is a podcast about...
What's it about?
What is it
Who
about?
knows?
I don't know. Well, basically, two people who have never seen Game of Thrones, besides Lex, who's seen a couple of them, review the latest episode and tell you all about it, because we know so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into it then.
All right, let's go.
So, we'll kind of recap this episode. Allison, you took the notes, so do you want to try to go through some of the scenes quickly?
I don't know if that's a good idea. We can try.
Yeah.
I mean, the first scene... was it the first scene we saw? I don't remember. The first scene that I remember was where Lady Brienne vouches for Jaime.
Yes, that was, it was almost like Jaime's, hearing or trial or something. And, the first episode ended with Jaime, looking at Bran, and so we knew that it was something was gonna happen with Jaime. They were kind of leading into his relationship with the rest of the characters, and so, it started off very harsh towards Jaime, despite Tyrion's defenses, but, like you said, Lady Brienne's the kind of voice that convinced Sansa, which inevitably convinces Daenerys, and so...
But not
really.
Fully.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so, that was pretty interesting. That was a good scene to start things off with, to just kind of kick the episode off, and then, Yeah, I think throughout the entire episode, we really felt that uncomfortable tension between Jon Snow and Daenerys. Yes, they kept could not look at each other. Yeah, as soon as
she
the
didn't
hearing,
know yet.
Yeah, as soon as the hearing was done, Jon just booked it. You could tell that she wanted to say something to him, and he just left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then...
Okay, side note.
Yes.
Wasn't there a movie called Jon Snow Must Die?
No. It was... It was John Tucker Must Die?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. So not on this... Welcome to this podcast where we don't just get Game of Thrones wrong, we get the titles to the movies wrong as well. I think it was John Tucker Must Die.
You're right.
Or something like that.
Why does
something Tucker Must Die.
Jon Snow, the name Jon Snow
is the most generic
it does not sound like a good
Yeah. And I think that was
tough name.
Yeah, no, I think that was...
you have Daenerys and Tyrion.
I think
Jon Snow.
I think the surname Snow refers to the fact that he was a bastard. I think that...
couldn't have picked, Smith?
No, Snow in this universe means bastard. If someone has the last name Snow, it means that they're a bastard.
How do you know that?
I think it comes up in the first season, but I could be wrong.
Don't tell us
everything,
if we are.
Everything else in the podcast, we could be wrong about all of this. So
we most likely are.
Yes. Shout out to my sister, who is putting her face in her palm right now, listening to us get all this stuff wrong. Yeah. So. And
then we had that little conversation between Arya and the blacksmith. She really wants her weapon done, so get it done for her now.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. The next thing I have written down is when Jaime apologizes to Bran.
I am sorry.
Yeah.
This whole build-up to them. And you think that Bran's gonna be I don't know, say something witty about it, and he's just it's cool, dude. I don't really care. I'm too cool to care. Kind of thing. So, after Jaime has his really heartfelt apology with Bran, where Bran has no expression, we move on to Jaime talking to Brienne about fighting with her. Yeah, I thought he was going to profess his love to her, but... yeah, it definitely seemed that way. It definitely seemed that way. But I think even better, She didn't give a response, though, when he was I want to fight for you. She was I gotta go, dude. Yeah. But I think she appreciated the respect. I think that was the important part of that. Yeah, I think so, too. I think it's kind of she stuck her neck out for him, so he's, reciprocating that, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And then Daenerys and Sensei. Okay, it's Sansa. Sansa. What is
Sansa.
it?
It's just Sansa. It's
Sansa.
not that hard.
Why is this so hard for me?
I don't know.
Okay, Sansa. Daenerys and Sansa have their little sit-down chat.
Yes. And it starts off really pleasant and good, and I think Daenerys was really trying, but at the end of the day, they both want two conflicting things, and that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, she just wants the throne, and Sansa wants to know what's going to happen to the North.
Yeah, she does not want to kneel to any king or queen. So yeah, and then
we have named Beardy. And
yeah,
hopefully you know who Beardy is.
Yeah, you definitely know who Beardy is.
You have to know who Beardy is.
Yeah, and his pal with the lightsaber sword.
They show up. They're gonna fight.
Yeah, they're gonna help, and they let Jon Snow know that the White Walkers are like a day and a half away, and so they don't have much more time. And then we go into the war planning kind of phase where they do a lot of talking about strategy. They decide to use Bran as bait, which makes sense because he can apparently just disappear and reappear anywhere he wants.
Yeah, he's really good at that in that magic wheelchair.
Yeah, he makes a great use of a bait. But yeah, they decide to keep Tyrion.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah, I know. But that's what they do in the show, so...
it has nothing to do with the fact that he's in a wheelchair.
No, but it's a magic wheelchair, which lets him get anywhere, though. They decide to keep Tyrion out of the battle, and he takes exception to this, but... as this episode's gone on, Daenerys has been kind of pissed at him for falling for his sister's tricks, and I think she kind of decides that when this all is over, she's still gonna need him. So
yeah.
And then Beardy makes a great comment. Go ahead and say what he says.
We're all gonna die, but at least we'll die together.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a pretty big theme of this whole episode. Everybody's just kind of getting ready and getting ready for death. Just
doing
waiting.
all their last minute.
Boning and
shopping. And tidying and knighting and telling giant milk titty stories.
Yes,
Beardy.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite moments.
That was a great scene. That was hilarious, and he's just flirting with Bran the whole time, and that's hilarious too. But yeah, that had our probably our favorite moment from this whole show or from this whole episode was when Jaime knighted now Sir Brienne, and this scene, it made you tear up, and
it did, yeah.
It was the first scene that made me regret us doing this show.
Why?
Because all these characters, up until this point, I kind of knew a little bit of backstory. I knew kind of the general, their general redemption arc kind of thing. But I didn't know a lot about her. All I did know was that she was, one of the most badass women in this kind of entire story. And, and I know that, she has been put through a lot because she is a woman. All she wants to be is as respected as the men, and she's much, she's a much more stronger and noble than most of the men in this show. And so to see Jaime recognize that and to say, screw the rules and knight her was really powerful. It was a really great moment in the show, and it makes me wish that I actually saw her development and saw what led up to this point. I'm sure all the people who have watched all of this, that was a huge moment for them, and that's something that we kind of missed. Yeah. But I'm sure that'll happen a lot as we watch this show. But so the last scene one of the last scenes is Jon Snow finally manning up and telling Dany that they're related and that he has a right to the throne, and she's pissed. Yep, she's not happy about that. She's kind of in denial. Which who can blame her, but she doesn't really have time to process it, because as soon as he does that, they find out that the White Walkers are at their door.
The British are coming.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah. So I think this episode did a great job setting up for the next one. I think it was, in my opinion, it was excellent. A lot of good dialogue.
Yeah.
A lot of good setup for the fact that a bunch of people are going to die in the next episode. I don't know a lot about this show, but I do know that when a lot of good things are happening, a lot of resolutions are coming together.
You feel really good.
Yep, that means that the next episode, everything's going to suck.
Not suck. Everything in it is going to be.
Yeah, they're going to hit us where it hurts. Yeah. So that leads us into the dead count and the boob count, and surprisingly,
our death count this episode is 0.
0, and boob count, we decided to go with half a boob because they showed some side boob.
Little bit of Arya's boob and a little bit of butt, but we don't have a butt count.
No, so yeah. All right. Any closing thoughts on this episode?
Man. Our boob bit isn't in there.
No.
Let's do it.
No.
Oh, it's so funny.
I can't act, though. I can't.
Come on.
No. I can't do it.
So how do you feel about that boob count for this episode?
I can't naturally recreate that moment.
You can't. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I believe
Allison had a really funny bit, and
it got cut.
It got my computer decided to be stupid and erase all of our first take of this episode, which was frustrating. But anyway, so we're excited for the next episode. I'm excited. I don't know about you.
I'm excited, yeah. I
think that next week's going to be action-packed and a lot of fun. So thanks for listening to Parents of Dragons, and join us next week. Right after Game of Thrones airs, we'll be recording and dropping the podcast on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube to get notified when we drop our next episode.
And as usual, don't tell us if we got anything wrong. We really don't care.
We don't care at all.
Bye.